What's up guys, my name is Brock, you're watching The Modest Man. Today we're talking about the 5 best underwear brands for men. Okay, so we wear underwear more than any other article of clothing, and it also covers a very important part of our body. So I think it's crucial that you have underwear that you really love and that's super comfortable. I think that a lot of guys don't realize how comfortable underwear can be. You know, I used to be in that group. I used to buy whatever baggy cotton boxers I could find on sale in a multi-pack at the department store. But once I discovered the world of super comfortable underwear, you know, there's no going back. But first of all, what makes a great pair of underwear? I think it comes down to 2 main things. Number 1, it has to be really, really comfortable. It has to be soft, no chafing, it doesn't ride up. And number 2, it's gotta be durable, you know, especially if I'm paying good money for a pair of underwear. I don't want it to fall apart or stretch out or start to deteriorate after a few wash cycles. Now, I've tried many different underwear brands, a lot of the most popular brands, some lesser known manufacturers, and I've narrowed it down to my top 5 picks. These are 5 specific pairs of underwear from 5 different brands with 1 honorable mention. Quick note, this is not a sponsored video, but I will link to all this underwear down in the description, and if I have any promo codes, I'll include those down there as well. Okay, number 1, the Lululemon No Boxer Boxers. Now I know what you're thinking, isn't Lululemon that place where my girlfriend goes to get overpriced yoga pants? Yes, it is, but I think that they realized somewhere along the way that there are a bunch of guys waiting for their girlfriends to finish up shopping, and maybe they would like to buy something too. So Lululemon actually created one of the most comfortable and durable pairs of underwear that I've ever worn. And actually, I have to give my dad credit for finding these. I thought I had the underwear game figured out, and one year he got me a pair of these for Christmas, and he said, you know, you have to try these. They're the most comfortable underwear I've ever worn. So I thought, okay, I'll give them a shot, and I gotta say, he was right. These are one of my favorite pairs. They're made from Lycra, so it's a very dry, very soft fabric, but it's not like micro modal where it has a ton of stretch. It has a little bit of 4-way stretch, but not a whole lot. Really good at wicking moisture. You could definitely work out or go for a hike in these. My only complaint about these is that, you know, they're not the best looking underwear in the world. They're not ugly. They're just, compared to some of the other picks on my list, they're just not remarkable, you know? But I don't know, it's a well-rounded pair of underwear. So if you're looking for something that's just, you know, durable, good for pretty much any occasion, definitely recommend Lululemon No Boxer Boxers. Okay, number 2, we have the Tani Silk Cut Boxer Briefs. So if Lululemon is the laid-back girl next door, Tani is that lady at work that kind of looks like a supermodel that you're pretty sure is out of your league, but might have been flirting with you the other day. These are just luxurious, okay? They're knit in Europe. They're made from micromodal, which is softer and thinner than silk. They also have 6% elastane woven in, so plenty of 4-way stretch, and they're just super comfy. But what really sets Tani apart is how they look. The only word I can really think of to describe these is sexy, and especially these printed ones. They also have solid colors, but I think these prints are really nice. They also make a trunk version of this, which is slightly shorter, but I prefer the boxer brief because I think it doesn't ride up as much. What surprised me about these is they're so soft and they're so thin that I kind of thought they wouldn't hold up well, but I've been wearing these for a couple of years pretty regularly, and they retain their shape, they haven't stretched out, they've even retained their color, so you know, they're surprisingly durable for how luxurious they feel. So if looks are a priority, I highly recommend the Tani Silk Cut Boxer Briefs. Okay, next up, number 3, we have MeUndies Boxer Briefs. So speaking of good looks, MeUndies are also very good looking. Like the Tani Boxer Briefs, they're made from a blend of micromodal and elastane, so very stretchy. I'd say even more stretchy than Tani. Very comfortable, very good looking. I have noticed that they run a little bit small compared to other brands, so keep that in mind. If you're between sizes, you might want to size up. Now, listen, these aren't as luxurious as the Tanis, but they're also about half the price, so definitely a lot of bang for your buck with MeUndies. The other thing that I like about these is they're available in a bunch of different colors, from classic solid colors to more saturated bold colors like this, to crazy patterns like, you know, tiger stripes. And just for reference, my actual waist measurement is about 29 inches. I usually wear a 28 pants to accommodate for vanity sizing, and these are size small. They fit, but I would not want them any tighter. So they are noticeably a little smaller than the other brands, but they have plenty of stretch. So Like I said, if you're in between sizes, maybe size up. Okay, number 4, we have ExOfficio, and specifically the Give and Go boxer briefs. Now, as you can see, these have some wear and tear. I've had these for years. I actually first got these when I was going on a pretty intense hiking trip in Zion and Bryce National Park. I got these from REI after hearing about them from Tim Ferriss. He swore by the ExOfficio brand, so I gave these a shot, and he was right. These are my go-to underwear for travel by far. So I usually, whenever I travel, I bring 2 pairs of these, and they serve me really well because they're very dry, they wick moisture, they don't hold odor, and they're very easy to clean. They dry so fast, you can hand wash them in the sink, and they're dry in like less than an hour, you can put them back on. These are a nylon spandex blend, so kind of like the Lululemon underwear. They have a little bit of 4-way stretch, but not as much as like Tani or MeUndies. And also like the Lululemon underwear, these are not sexy. You know, they're not the best looking underwear in the world, but they're workhorses. So I think if you're a traveler, if you like to pack light, I'd highly recommend ExOfficio Give and Go boxer briefs. You know, if you're going on a big date, maybe leave these at home and choose something else like MeUndies or Tani. Okay, and number 5, we have kind of a newcomer actually, ribbed tee G2 cool nylon boxer briefs. Now, I've been wearing ribbed tee undershirts for years now. I know the founder, Mike Schwartz, so I was pretty excited when they announced that they were launching an underwear line. I actually helped Mike dial in the measurements for the small size, so they sent some samples over, and I gotta say, the final product is amazing. And these are different. I mean, you can probably tell, like, they even look different than some of the other offerings on the list. They don't have that big elastic waistband. They have this kind of hidden blind hem waistband. It's very minimal and it's super comfortable. There's no pinching. It doesn't have like a sharp edge, so it doesn't dig into your skin at all. There are no tags, so nothing to, you know, cause any itching on your lower back. One thing I've noticed, they're a little bit lower rise than some of the other brands on my list. So, you know, just keep that in mind. In terms of looks, I would say that these are better than Lululemon or ExOfficio, but they're not as handsome as MeUndies or Tani. But I think they're super, super comfortable and just really well made. So definitely check them out. Okay, and then the honorable mention is this pair from Saks. And I wanted to include these because there's this whole category of men's underwear that has basically extra support built in to the inside. So with Saks, it's just kind of this minimal lining that sort of creates a pouch for your boys. Now, some underwear makers have built their entire brand around this extra support. For example, there's a brand called Sheath that has some pretty crazy pouch work going on. So they have this one main pouch for your boys, plural, another smaller pouch for your boy, singular, and then even a little fly in the front so you can get in and out easily. Now, personally, I'm okay with the traditional pouchless underwear. You know, I don't really need that extra support, but some guys swear by it. So, you know, if it's something you might like, definitely try it out. I do keep this one pair of Saks in my rotation just because I think they're pretty good looking and they are pretty comfortable. I like the minimal pouch, but because they're so thin, I've noticed that they're not quite as durable as other underwear, and they're very soft, so they tend to ride up a little more, and there's definitely a risk of wedgie going on with these. So these wouldn't be my first choice if I was gonna do like yard work all day. I might reach for these if I was going on a date. The other thing I do like is they have extra small sizes. So if you are a very small guy, you might wanna check out Saks. Okay, so those are my top 5 pairs of underwear. I hope that helps you decide which pair of underwear to buy. And if you have any opinions, if you've tried some underwear that wasn't on this list that you really love, definitely let me know down in the comments so I can try them out. And until next time, stay stylish.